Joining us now is Dean Takahashi. He's the lead games writer at GamesBeat. Dean, good to have you. Thanks for joining us.
Good afternoon.
So Dean, the video games annual interactive extravaganza event, the E3 or Electronic Entertainment Expo, kicking off in LA. And virtual reality is really expected to take center stage with 4 times more VR games and exhibitors than ever before. Dean, what are some of the more exciting and innovative things that we can expect from the virtual reality exhibitors?
Well, it's split into 2 camps right now. There's the augmented reality folks like Microsoft and their HoloLens project, which is based on one kind of technology that lets you sort of overlay animations right on top of real life. And then there's virtual reality, which really hides real life from you and immerses you in a world that is 360 degrees. You can turn around and look around in it, and everything is virtual. It's all an animation. And so there's 2 competing tech there, and that's making it very exciting. On the one side, you have Microsoft, but you also have Oculus, owned by Facebook now. There's other companies like, say, Magic Leap out of Florida, which has a big investment from Google. They're all trying to provide a next generation of entertainment. But right now, for all the excitement, there's 0 customers.
Well, you say that, and you mentioned Oculus Rift, and they've been teasing with prototypes since 2012. Still nothing for consumers to actually be able to go and buy. So when can we actually expect to be able to play with these top-line virtual reality games? When are they going to be officially on the market?
Well, Oculus is going to show some of these games playable this week, but they're not going to ship a system that you can use to play them with on the PC until the first quarter of 2016. There's other competitors that are trying to get their products out, such as Valve and HTC. They're shooting for November of this year. So some of them may be coming, but E3 is really where we're going to find out exactly when.
All right, so
theoretically,
we should be able
yes,
to get...
but
one thing, Dean, that I'm looking forward to
if there's no delays, yes.
I'm looking forward to something on the hardware side. We've got this Dutch startup called Manus Machina, and it's got this virtual reality glove where you put it on your hand and you sort of control everything with that. That looks exceptionally cool. Is there anything that you've noticed in this expo that you really haven't seen before that's really been mind-blowing to you?
That's a little harder to say. Oculus does have something where they're going to have you hold a couple of rings in your hand, and there's sensors on those rings, and they can tell things that allow you to sort of use your hands inside virtual reality, and you can do things like do a thumbs up or wave, and it'll understand what kind of gesture you're making, and it'll make that happen with your virtual hands inside the real world. That's kind of cool. Valve has something like that too.
So Dean, with all of this focus on virtual reality games, are we seeing the end of console games? Because I was quite surprised to learn that according to DFC Intelligence, sales of console systems like Xbox One, like PlayStation 4, like Nintendo's Wii, and their games will reach 15 billion this year, and that's a 7% jump from last year. Does that surprise you?
No, the best, the greatest games that you can play today, right now, on a game system right now are the console games. The best experience really comes from those games. You can be the Batman. You could just have a great time. These virtual reality things are coming. They eventually are going to be a $150 billion market by the year 2020. But right now it's pretty much 0. They don't even start arriving until next year. So and some people may actually get physically sick when they play them. So you don't want to be throwing up while playing a game. So if you're sort of wanting to play something today and next year, yeah, consoles are the way to go for a while.
Consoles still have some longevity, Dean. One thing that's interesting is that gaming analysts say that at this year's E3, publishers and developers seem to be listening more to feedback and focusing on representing their audience. And we're seeing more women, more female playable characters and presenters. Bad Company 2, which previously said, well, female humans were just too difficult to include in their games, well, they've changed that. Is this a trend we're likely to see more of?
It is absolutely a trend. Electronic Arts, for the first time, put women players into the FIFA 16 soccer game that's coming this year. In Assassin's Creed Syndicate, one of the main playable characters is a female character. Gears of War 4, which Microsoft showed, had a playable female character. And then, the star of the Rise of the Tomb Raider game, Lara Croft, is a female lead character. So strong female characters who don't have to be rescued and who are pretty badass with their own weapons are this year.
Doesn't get more badass than Lara Croft, the original female pioneer. Thank you so much, Dean Takahashi.